Hello and happy Thanksgiving. This is another edition of Every Cloud Has a Platinum Lining. I'm here in Vienna, Virginia with my sister's family. We just had Thanksgiving dinner and it was awesome. My kids, though, they have a thing, and a lot of people share their sentiments, where you're not supposed to have Christmas music until Thanksgiving is done. And it is not done. And furthermore, they feel that there aren't any great Thanksgiving songs. That if there were great Thanksgiving songs, people wouldn't be so eager to skip over such an important holiday. So, Elena had some ideas for Thanksgiving songs. You want to knock them out real quick, bro?
Okay.
It's cold as anything here. She ran in to go get her jacket. Look how dope she looks. What's up with the style, yo?
Okay.
So hit me with the Thanksgiving song.
This song is called Last Thanksgiving.
Last Thanksgiving. I'm sure it's amazing.
Last Thanksgiving, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you went to Black Friday.
Aww.
This year, to save you from Sears, I'll give it to someone special.
Special.
And that's the rest. That's it. If I sing any more, I will get copyrighted.
Nice. Are there any other Thanksgiving songs?
Other Thanksgiving songs. Let's see.
We wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy dessert selection. Wow, that is the wind picking up. It's crazy cold. You get inside. You're thin and beautiful.
Thank
You should go get inside.
I'm also
Thanks, Elena.
cold.
Yeah, you're cold. I have fat and body hair, so I'm fine. Okay, what do I want to talk about in this? The state of pro wrestling. Right? I saw people posting recently that there's never been a better time to be a pro wrestler or a pro wrestling fan. And while I would disagree with that, here's my like sheer numbers, right? There was a time where wrestling fans were so excited about the programming of where they lived, depending where they were in the country, that, you know, TV ratings were unbelievable. In Memphis markets, you know, they're drawing 70 shares and all this kind of stuff. And it's not like that anymore, right? Nor, and people say it's never been a better time to be a pro wrestler. You can get a gig. There's more pro wrestlers getting paid real money. That's absolutely not true. There was a time where estimates are, as the lowest was at one point, 1,000 people making a living professional wrestling. And it may be as high as 2,000 or a little above. 2,000 working pro wrestlers. And we're nowhere close to that now. I mean, even if you give the major companies each a roster of 40 or 50, which is far more than they have, honestly, that's nowhere close to 1,000, or especially 2,000. However, this cloud has a platinum lining. And there are a lot of things. It's Thanksgiving, so I wanted to knock out this video. There's a lot of things to be thankful for if you are a wrestling person or a wrestling fan right now. Especially, but also including the state of Georgia, right? There's been a definite movement against sort of the bad behavior that was tolerated in previous years. Now, some people say, oh, it's the pussification. Hey, there was a time where you could get away with being a flat-out racist. And it put a negative light on pro wrestling as an activity, and Southern wrestling in particular. Southern wrestling is being forced to grow up and to become better in more ways than one. And that is not a bad thing. That is a good thing. Does it mean that, and I'll just be honest, does that mean that certain people are going to be over punished or if we're going to assume stuff without giving people the benefit of the doubt, it is. And that is a negative. Let me make that clear. But on the flip side, women wrestling is now just seen as a thing, as wrestling. It is not a novelty as it was even a few years ago. And just as tag wrestling has become such a part of pro wrestling that we just think of it as a normal thing, it's not a gimmick match anymore, blah, blah, blah. So we are with women's wrestling. And that's something to be thankful for as well. There are people who have forced the issue in the state of Georgia to elevate everybody's game. The production level and the promotion of Southern Honor has forced everybody else to step up their game. Certain groups making their posters better have forced everybody else to adjust and make their posters better. That is a good thing. The quality of ring work expected is incredibly high. And the differences between the shit shows and the not shit shows is bigger than it has ever been. Both in terms of ring work quality, in terms of promotional skill, and in terms of what all audiences are comfortable tolerating. The days of shitty shows greatly outdrawing non-shitty shows is hopefully coming to an end. And that's just something that's happened that I don't think people have even realized. But we went from, there were a number of really bad shows that would draw in the 300s and 400s. And now those shows are scraping by. And I'm thankful for it. That's the way that it should be. The shows that are around now that I would consider upper echelon are finding themselves in a bit of a cruise mode. The era of wrestling is back and it's in a boom. I think the boom is not happening, but I think a number of wrestling groups have settled in and are doing good enough business. And I'm thankful that a number of promotions have changed their business model or their focus so they can remain in business and are no longer, when's the last time you heard about somebody like taking over, or we're going to make Georgia a territory and I'm going to run all these different towns? All that bullshit nonsense has been squashed, and I am thankful for it, and I think it's worked out to the benefit of everybody. I'm thankful for Georgia wrestling history. People can try to critique and say, oh, the way it was is none of you motherfuckers watched, none of you motherfuckers read, and none of you motherfuckers cared. And now, something goes up there, people read it. Podcast, people are listening to it. Videos, people are watching them. Especially the right people are watching them. And the site is doing better than ever. Larry is, I can just speak. I'm thankful for Larry. I'm thankful that Larry and I have been broadcast partners with The Tipping Point for years. I don't even know how many years. It says it's at least 4, maybe as many as 6. Time flies, folks. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that there's other guys out there doing interesting things with the broadcasting. I'm thankful for the Tapped Out guys. I'm thankful for Gunnar Miller, and all of you should be as well. I'm thankful that Gunnar Miller can fucking put something on Facebook and it causes an uproar in the wrestling world. Thankful for that. I'm thankful that there's so many options on television for people to watch. I'm thankful for WWE continuing to put out shit. They're the standard bearer. I'm thankful that AEW is in a position to challenge them on some level. It certainly makes it much more exciting and interesting. I'm thankful that NXT was forced to be a thing. And we're going to see what can happen with that. I'm thankful that Impact continues to do good work, even though nobody's fucking watching it, because that shows that there are a group of people who think wrestling is important enough to put up. even if it hasn't been a financial winner for them, there's something valuable that they see that is worth doing, and it's a place where guys can ply their trade. I'm thankful that there's an NWA, even if they don't know how to handle a fucking situation, deal with the press or any other fucking thing, they still remain around, and maybe they can get it right. Thankful MLW's there. I'm thankful that Georgia people are getting signed, right? And I'm thankful, of course, that I started this channel, what, nine months ago? And fuck, I really am thankful that I get to talk my shit. I get to speak my truth, as the kids say. I get to try shit out. Not all of it works, but most of it does. But I'm thankful I get to fucking get on my horse with my fucking lance and tilt at the windmills of what I think is wrong. I am here to help clean up wrestling, Georgia wrestling in particular. And a number of people recognize that. This year has seen more former enemies become, if not friends and allies, at least they recognize my value. And we've come to a peace, and there's a whole bunch of people pulling and working in the right direction. And it's wonderful to see. And I'm thankful that I get the platform. I'm thankful that I'm getting paid to do it. I'm thankful, of course, to the Patreon people who pay me, and the people who pay me through PayPal, and the shirts that I've gotten, and the gifts that I've had, and the fun that I've had in wrestling this year, which is a lot more than it's been in the last few. And I'm thankful PCW is back in remix form. So, anyway, no, wrestling is not in the best state in its history. It's not. It's still hard to get a gig, but it's more possible than it used to be. Right? No, the more people aren't watching wrestling than ever have, but they have more selection and more choices. And wrestling is going through a very painful evolution right now. And I think that's what needs to be recognized. And I'm thankful for that evolution, because there's a number of things about wrestling that needed to change. And if we can control the collateral damage of this change, we're all going to be better for it. And we're all going to have a business that we all love be around later on in hopefully a better form. And hopefully I'll be thankful if I'm still here to talk about it. And I'm thankful if you're still here listening. This has been Stephen Platinum as the sun goes down. Happy Thanksgiving, suckers.